Hello, ladies. Or should I say, ho, 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 ladies.
Oh, hello.
The holidays are sneaking up faster than your fourth cup of peppermint mocha. And you might be still just agonizing over, debating what to get your guy. Don't worry, we have the perfect gift. Forget the cliche gifts like socks or ugly sweaters or golf balls. Mops loves a golf ball.
Mops does love a golf ball, and never mind, that's going to come off wrong. I was going to say, and he's been begging me to come play with him, and I was like, never mind, which he has been, but it'll come out wrong in the context of this.
He loves Melissa, wants Melissa to come play with him in his golf balls. Get him something he'll actually love and use. The Chairman Pro package from Manscaped. It's like the Rudolph of grooming, guiding him to the smoothest, irritation-free shave of his life. Trust me, he'll look so good, you'll be taking all the credit at every holiday party.
Head over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using code DON'TBLAMEME for 20% off plus free shipping.
Gift your man the ultimate grooming experience by Manscaped and get him the Chairman Pro package for the holidays. It's a thoughtful and practical gift that he'll actually use and love. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code
Don't Blame Me at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Don't Blame Me at manscaped.com.
Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
that's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the holidays. With Prime, I get all my ingredients delivered right to my door, fast and free, no last-minute store trips needed. And of course, I blast my favorite holiday playlist on Amazon Music. It's the ultimate soundtrack for creating unforgettable memories. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
Hello and welcome
to a brand new episode.
I forgot what episode it was.
Don't do all that.
Why?
People can see.
Exactly. Exactly, Melissa. You're not only hearing us, well, you might actually just be hearing us, and we're letting you know you could also see us.
Yes.
People are in their car just like whipping their heads around. Don't do that. Focus on the road. Unless you're not in your car and you are stationary or you have the ability to avert your eyes to what you're doing, and you can actually watch us. We have video versions of these episodes now.
Yes, we are on Spotify. If you're in the Spotify app, it's right there. Like what you're looking
Jump
at.
scare.
No, I'm just letting you know. You can flip. There's a little button that says change to video, and you can change it.
Just click it and then hello.
Yes.
It's us.
And it's like seamless with how it is with the audio. And if you're on YouTube, you can look. We're in our feed that has been here, and people have been because I connected our RSS feed that just has the audio, and people have been commenting like, "Hey, I missed this podcast. Why did you stop doing it?" We've been doing it.
We've been doing it. I also need to post like promo stuff as soon as we started doing more episodes. Or maybe it was when I got COVID for the second time. I don't know what it was that happened. I stopped, and I will do that again because I want everyone to know. But I do love anytime there's like a post that like someone does like throwback, like, oh my God, like we were living and loved this era, 2013 YouTube. And there'll be like I'll be in a slideshow or whatever. And people are like, oh my God, whatever happened to her? I just want to give so much love to those of you who there has not been a time where I have seen my name brought up without seeing someone respond. She has a lovely podcast with her friend Melissa. Like 4 episodes come out a week. You should listen. She still makes YouTube videos. And I'm like, thank you guys so much because you are doing a better job at promoting the podcast than I am. And we will get better at that because we love what we do. And now you have a video version. So we have makeup on. We look gorgeous.
If you are lost and you're like, what have y'all been doing? Because I legit haven't seen or heard from you. One, our videos are still very much alive and well. They're on Patreon. You can see, here's a little, oh, my finger's completely over it. Patreon.
Lovely.
All of our videos are up. You can watch all of videos for Don't Blame Me, which is our call and advice show, or you can write in now. But am I wrong? Which, you know, if you don't take our advice or you may be wrong in a situation, those are up too. And then we have our auxiliary episodes, one of which you're listening to, Fisting Friday. That's just where we catch up. If you're watching on YouTube, fisting is because we're here for justice.
Exactly. It's never meant anything else, you fucking nasties.
Right.
And if you also are like, oh, I have to like, you can join our Patreon. We have like lots of lovely things there. We do live streams. It's very fun. But the audio version of the podcast is also everywhere.
And then we also have See You Next Tuesday, where what's great about But Am I Wrong is that you get to participate. We put polls up on Instagram where you can vote on the situations that we ourselves, our listeners, and then just the general public or people in the news, social media may be wrong about. And then we discuss it and then do a little catch up after that too.
It's a great time. So we're so happy if you're joining us here for the first time, or you've been here for a while and now you're like, finally, I get to see more of your gorgeous, stunning faces. And that's what we're here for. So we have to get into it because I saw
you finally did it.
Yes. And I know I told you on Monday that I was going to see Wicked, and I saw it on Wednesday.
Oh, you know what I did?
What?
I opened my...
Find My Friends, and you just kept checking every night to say, is she at home or is she at the theater?
And that's what I did.
Yeah. Hey, and that's fair.
Yeah.
I was so worried because we almost were like, is yesterday going to work? And I was like, if I don't see it before Thursday, and I didn't tell Mats this because I didn't want to put pressure on him, but I'm like, if I don't see it before Thursday, Melissa's going to fucking kill me. But granted, we were going to see it on Tuesday. We were very ready to see it on Tuesday. I went to the eye doctor, and
I wanted to hear about this experience.
Yeah. So I went. It was, oh my God, it was so easy. Melissa, it was 10 minutes from my home. I was like, that was fantastic. I did street parking at a hospital. Crazy. And I also was not, I would say like there was a little bit of my car butt that was in a driveway, like just a little bit.
Oh.
And it was such a slow part of town that no one, I was in there for an hour, and then I came out. My car wasn't towed.
You said car butt, and I was like,
yeah,
the fuck is that? But yes, the
what
trunk,
else would you call that?
the ass.
Yeah, the butt. An ass and a butt are the same. And when they were doing my appointment, she was like, okay, so we're going to dilate your eyes. And she immediately goes, oh, your eyes are already pretty dilated. And at that moment, I should have said, so can we just not do that? Because I was like, I have very light, sensitive eyes. And then when she was doing it, she was like, oh yeah, you don't have much pigment in here at all. And I was like, yeah, I've heard that. I have very, very light, sensitive eyes. And I also take allergy medications. I have ADHD. I'm on Adderall. Like, my pupils are relatively large all the fucking time. Like, all the goddamn fucking time. And that's also why, like, I have to turn all the lights on. Like, I can't function in the fucking dark. I can't. And she put the drops in, and she would do like a couple of different kinds of drops. And when she was like, oh, do you need sunglasses? And I was like, no, I have some, because also they're prescription sunglasses, and like they didn't put drops in, and now I can suddenly see. Like, I still need my prescription. Also, and I tell you, when I walked outside, I was like, do they think someone else is driving me home? Because what the fuck is this? And I realized that I can see things far away. I've got my glasses on. My eyes are so fucking...
Just realized that?
No. But like, my eyes were dying. And I was like, holy shit. Because I look at my phone and I'm like, I'm drunk. Like, I'm absolutely wasted. I have the spins. Like, I can't see anything. Like, it's so bright and blurry. And I was like, I can't drive. And then I like look up and I was like, oh, okay. It's just the close-up stuff. Like, it's the high contrast close-up stuff that's getting bad. And
I still don't know if we should be driving in this situation.
No, me neither. But apparently you can, and it was fine. But it was so bright. Melissa, it was so bright. I was like, tears are streaming down my face the entire car ride home. She says I can get contacts.
Tears in the eyes. Don't think that's a way to be driving home.
Like I said at the beginning, it was only 10 minutes from my house.
I listen and
fine.
I judge. And you know where most accidents happen?
Honestly, that's within a mile. This was more than a mile.
And you had to still get within that mile to get home.
Yes, but we've been over this once. I'm a fantastic driver. You can't even deny that. You've said that before, unprompted.
I've been in the car with you a time or two.
Oh, don't downplay it now.
You were fine.
Shut the fuck up.
You're not your fiance, I can tell you that.
And she means that in a derogatory way because I love that man to death. That man is not the best behind the wheel. But Melissa's lying. She knows I'm a great driver. But so I was
don't care if your vision is obstructed.
No, but my vision's not. It's tears up close.
You have tears in your eyes though.
Oh no, they're not staying there. They're dropping very easy. But that's me every time I go outside because of the sun.
Okay.
So it was
continue.
It was fine. But I was like, I realized that I was like, I don't think I've had my eyes dilated since high school. Like, I don't think they didn't do it the last time I went to an eye doctor appointment. And I was like, yeah, I don't know that. Maybe they did it before I got LASIK. I don't think they did, but like, I have not dealt with the aftermath of dilated eyes since high school. And I get home.
What about when you did drugs?
Well, so that's a different kind of dilation because they feel different because you don't know your eyes are dilated. Like, it's the same way it was like when I take my allergy meds and your eyes get dilated, or my Adderall or whatever, your eyes get dilated. That you don't even notice.
Just to be clear, you haven't done any drugs in
Never.
years?
Oh, I've never done drugs in years. No, I really haven't. They made me, I did not feel
like
good.
10 years.
Yeah, in my tummy. Made me really, and I already shit myself all the time, and not like my pants, but like, you know, it's an emergency. And there's no worse place than being in a fucking club in Vegas, shitting your brains out. Like, that's just like, it's not the vibe. But I get home and I'm like, okay, you know, I'll like have some lunch. I'll drink some water. I'll chill out, do a little bit of work maybe. Cause my computer, like, it's kind of far away. And then I'm like, I can't read my phone. I'm like really struggling. And I'm like, okay. And then finally, with my eyes squinted, sunglasses indoors, and my computer as far away as I can have it while I can still type, I type in, how long does eye dilation last? And it says if you have brown eyes, it can last from anywhere from an hour to 4 hours. If you have blue eyes and sensitive blue eyes, it can last up to 24 hours. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. The way that nobody prepared me for the fact that, like, I'm going to have to take an out of office day. Like, I have so much shit to do. I can't see anything. Granted, it was very helpful for picking my skin. Could not pick my skin because can't see it. Too close.
But you do realize you just said I could barely see with my phone close to my face too.
No. But so this is what we'll get into though. So I'm waiting all day, hoping it's going to, and it's like slowly getting better.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I had a hard time with was high contrast. So a light and then everything else dark. That was where it was like my eyes immediately start watering. I can't keep my eyes open. And so I kept trying to turn on the TV with the lights off. Can't do it. My head starts pounding. I can't focus on it. My eyes are watering. And I'm like going into the hallway with all the lights off. And then I'm like pulling my flashlight and like looking at my pupils, trying to be like, are they getting smaller? I tell Mods, I'm like, we'll make a game time decision. And I was like, just, you know, we'll see how dilated my eyes are when you get home. And he comes home and he was like, hey, chicken. And I turn around, he goes, whoa. And I was like, wait, I thought they were looking a lot better. He goes, they look so scary. So because of that, it also gave me a pretty bad headache. And I was like, I don't want to have a headache while I'm at Wicked or like have to like squint or avert my eyes or anything like that.
Okay. I forgot that this is where this was leading to, was Wicked. I was like, what is the game plan? Like, you don't leave your house, but yes.
No, it was fine. But I was just like, this is not, if I've waited this long to see Wicked, this is like not how I want to do it. So then we finally saw it last night, and we'd also been waiting because we didn't want to be in a really crowded theater. And then Mott's was like, so I don't want to complain because I know that like we didn't want a crowded theater. I could have done with a couple more people because we were it was us. There were 2 other people and then 1 solo person who I think walked into the theater, was in the wrong theater, and then left. Not when I think before the movie started. It was us and like there were 4 people in total in the entire theater.
You didn't have any Real Housewives watching with you?
No. And so like I got annoyed when they weren't laughing, and I was like, wait, they can't hear me laughing. I can't hear them laughing because there's only 4, like there's 4 of us and we're so far away from each other. So yeah, but I loved it. Mott's loved it. Mott's is addicted to Glinda. He was like, he literally keeps doing her little walk run. And I was like, he's like, I think it's so funny. He's like, she was so funny. And I was like, oh my God, the way that and I don't mean this as, actually, someone could take offense to this because I'm offended. I even thought this. The way I was so impressed with Cynthia Erivo, and you could be like, duh, bitch. But like, it never occurred to me that she would be singing an American accent. And like, she sounds so young when she's like, her whole performance. I'm like, because I'm familiar with her as a person. I'm not familiar with her like work and consuming her work. And so like when I've heard her sing, I'm like, yeah, Broadway voice. I can tell she's British and I don't know the character. She's just singing as Cynthia Erivo. This, forgot it was her. Like I was so fucking in it. Like she sounded she sounded with like an American accent, high school, college age kid. Like it
you
was
say
crazy.
That as if Oz is in America.
No, but like she's not. She has. What I mean is she doesn't sound like Cynthia Erivo. She doesn't sound like her specific British accent because like her voice is very specific.
She really disappeared into this
and
role.
Vocally, which is crazy because I know everyone's praising the entire time I was like, that's Ariana Grande. Like Cynthia Erivo, I was like,
yeah,
she would completely,
she is phenomenal.
Her voice, her speaking voice, her how she holded her face, like all of those things were like I couldn't see her in the role. Like she completely, and like that has nothing to do with her being green. Like no. I just couldn't see Cynthia. It was just like she was
the character. You see Elphaba. She was phenomenal. The emotion that she shares in her eyes, the way that she inhabits the space that she's in, you feel her. Like you really feel the character. You feel like Elphaba feels very real to you, and it's so relatable. And I thought that she she deserves all the awards, every single one.
We are so excited to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by Thrive Cosmetics. Now, we are slowly but surely inching our way into fall in Los Angeles. And I mean inching.
So slowly.
So slowly.
Maybe millimetering. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think so, because when I look outside, I go, oh my God, look at all these brown, crispy leaves that have fallen to the ground and they're crunchy and I can prance around in them, except for not too long because it's still 85 degrees out.
Right.
You know, it's that. So I have to find other ways to get excited for fall, like my makeup. And for me, I have been keeping it very simple, especially on my off days when I'm not filming. And even if I am filming, I'm like dialing it back, doing something very simple like mascara and a lip tint, which is exactly what I'm wearing today. And you guys can't see me, but you should know I'm wearing the ad that we're talking about. So thank you, Thrive.
She looks good. And when we got on camera, I was like, what have you been doing today? Because I know we rarely leave our homes.
Yeah, and I didn't leave my home. I just happened to have a little fun at my makeup desk.
And Thrive inspired that. As y'all know, fall. Y'all know that I am a person that's like, we don't talk about fall until it's fall. And now is it officially fall? Then we can talk about it. And I can talk about how much I am looking forward to switching up my summer routine for makeup and moving into more autumn-inspired creations. And Thrive makes that possible.
Thrive Cosmetics beauty products are certified 100% vegan and cruelty-free, made with clean, skin-loving ingredients, high-performance and trademarked formulas, and uncompromising standards. And it's easy to see why their best sellers have thousands of 5-star reviews.
We were sent some beautiful shades, including their precision lipstick crayon that we received. The color is called Stephanie. It looks amazing on me. It is like a brownish red color. I'm not a technical person. Thrive they're the professionals. They provide it. I see it. I like it. I wear it. It's fantastic. They also have their liquid lash extension mascara. Not only does it last all day, it doesn't clump. There's no smudging. There's no flaking. You look like you're wearing lash extensions without having to go to the salon and getting them put on.
And it completely comes off so easily with water, which is something that, as someone who has been a till death do us part waterproof mascara kind of girl, usually I have to soak my eyelashes and my eyelids for about 5 minutes every night. And then when I wake up in the morning, I still look like a raccoon. And I'm like, and I got to do it again in the morning. So knowing that I can have that great long lash, voluminous and lengthened look, and then washing it off just as easy with water, it sounds like a dream. And it's got nourishing ingredients that help support longer, stronger, and healthier looking lashes over time. TBT to that time I was curling my lashes on your couch and they got stuck, and then I broke off half my lashes, and I was like, oh, we can't actually talk about this. And you're like, it's fine, we'll pretend it never happened.
And I forgot it happened until right now.
I thought it happened again the other day, and that was pre-Thrive. So thank Thrive Cosmetics. Now I'm gonna be set. These lashes are not going anywhere.
Great. I love that. Not only does Thrive provide excellent products, Thrive also donates to 8 major causes, including those impacted by cancer, domestic abuse, and veteran and education organizations.
So brighten up your fall look with Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. And right now you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/blame. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/blame for 20% off your first order.
For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. So that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
She was so phenomenal, and like I never knew that like there could be like she straddled such a amazing line between being over the top and theatrical for a movie musical, like because like we don't want the Mean Girls movie musical, like you do want some of that theatrics while also not overplaying it, like while also having like that subtlety, which is like not to say that theater actors can't have that, but like they often are not given the opportunity to do that, and so like it's not usually in the front of their wheelhouse to be subtle in like
because
for
they
camera.
Can't. They're on stage.
Exactly.
Acting for camera and acting for a stage is very different.
Yeah, so being able to have like the big performance and like do the physical comedy in a way that like still embodies like musical theater, still embodies like a stage performance while being subtle enough for film. I was like, this is so fucking impressive. Her like her physicality, like all of it. I was like, this is insane. I have to say the choreography, I'm addicted to the choreography.
Obsessed.
It was so fucking good. So fucking good. And just like knowing so much of it has like practical effects, like I thought was so great.
The set design, like incredible.
All of it was just like it was just so fucking cool. I need Jonathan Bailey criminally. I want my boyfriend. Okay. I want my boyfriend to have a boyfriend. Like,
first of all, his horse is his horse from Bridgerton. I don't know if you knew that.
His horse.
Look at that horse. Look at that horse. Yes, his horse is his horse from Bridgerton. So they're
like the friends. Actual horse.
Yes, it's his horse that he rides in Bridgerton.
We should talk in Bridgerton. Wait, hold on. Do you think that when they were like coming up with the voice for the horse, he goes, I know this horse. That's not how this horse is. Because that's what I would do.
Probably.
Anytime Mott's wants to like give a voice for a stuffed animal of mine, I go, you don't know this one like I do. I'm so sorry.
The way he dismounted that horse and he clicked his little feet together, I said, like the way a horse neighs.
You neighed.
My cat purred.
When he grabbed that guy's face, when they were like doing the dance and he like put his head, and I couldn't tell if he was going to snap his neck or like shove his head to suck his dick. And I was like, this is so hot. Like he was
the way he moved his
oh my God.
Charisma. Because we love him from Bridgerton.
Oh,
you know,
do we?
Anthony eats a lot. We love him from Bridgerton. He's hilarious in chewing gum. Like, this man has
when I realized that was him, I was like, that rumor makes sense. Like it all, I was like, that is him. Because I've seen that clip before. I've never seen the full show, but I've seen like scenes and stuff. And I've seen that whole, I think I might have seen that whole episode. And I was like, it is him.
Yes. And then the way that they both looked at each other, him and Elphaba, I said, oh, okay. Like the tension is there. And I got it there's so much more to talk about with him, but also I would like to talk about another sexual tension.
Between Elphaba and Glinda?
No.
Oh. The movie's inherently gay. I think even the stage production, it's always pretty gay.
I haven't read the book, but I heard that in the book they do have a kiss.
I would not be surprised. I've never seen an iteration of Wicked where there is not a heavy, overt sexual tension between Elphaba and Glinda. Like, it's not an accident. Like, to me, that's like canon.
Yes. But when Glinda meets Bach, Ariana, and Ethan Slater, I felt the sexual tension. And in that moment, I said, I get it. Like, it felt real.
Mott's had the exact opposite reaction. When Bach popped up, and I say this with love to my man. He did
pop up.
And
I literally popped up.
And I say this with like, you know, maybe a shred of respect for Ethan Slater because he can sing and dance. I don't have much respect for how he carried himself in that whole thing. But like, he popped up and Mott's out loud, physically and verbally went in his seat. He was startled.
What you were supposed to do, though.
And then he was like, that's SpongeBob, right? And I was like, of course. Why are you questioning it? Who else here looks like SpongeBob?
When the two of them were talking, I said, okay.
I also saw a clip of Bowen Yang on Trisha Paytas' podcast saying, like, by the way, he's like jacked. And I was like, oh.
Did you see the lookalike contest?
Of
you know, there's been a lot of them popping up.
Do you see the Zendaya one?
That one, piss poor. But this one, the Ethan Slater one, the guy that won, legit looks just like
I didn't know there's more of them around.
And he's ripped. Like he wore bigger clothes, but like that dude, and he can do that face. You know what face I'm talking about. He can do it. He won.
Wow.
Like people were like, he legit looks like him.
Well, he's also short, so more often you're going to see really ripped guys who are short because proportion wise they can build muscle as opposed to anyone. And you'll find that in like anyone who's smaller, you can build muscle more than you can there. So I could see that.
But let's not minimize the work that he's a dancer.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like to me, I'm like, oh, that must be like, we refer to him as SpongeBob, but I'm like, oh, this man must be like an incredible, like consistent worker on Broadway in dance heavy shows. Like he has to be. You just don't have the time to get that ripped while being on Broadway if you're trying to do that outside of your work. Like so I'm like, oh, he's got to be very good.
Yeah. And this guy, the one, also can sing.
Oh, maybe they're related. It's Patrick. SpongeBob Patrick. No, it's with SpongeBob when he becomes is it Flat Stanley? Doodlebug?
I don't remember.
SpongeBob.
Can't tell you the last time I watched a SpongeBob episode.
Doodlebob.
It's like Flat Stanley. I remember what you're talking about, but it is a Flat Stanley
of SpongeBob. He's Doodlebob. But I just thought it was so just so fucking great. I didn't cry as much as like everybody talked about like crying. I cried in the Dr. Dillerman scene when he knocks out, like when they write that on the board. I cried. I definitely cried I cried in the Ozdust ballroom. Oh, and then I think I teared up at some of the stuff when she was younger, just because that dad played so cruel so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't sob. Everyone was like, "You're gonna hysterically
I didn't sob. One, because I'm a thug, but two, because I don't cry in front of my mother. I saw this on Thanksgiving, and I was sandwiched between my
and you
mother.
don't cry in front of Lisa Rinna.
I was sandwiched between my mother and Lisa Rinna. If you haven't listened to that episode, and my mom was over there boohooing. Lisa was also crying and cheering. Like I was living for her reactions.
I love that. See, that's what Mott's was looking for Lisa Rinna to be in our audience. He was like, I needed that. But I thought it was good. I loved watching it with him because he's never seen it. He also put on the soundtrack this morning, and because I had told him, because I asked him what song was his favorite, and he loved he liked Defying Gravity. He goes, she can really sing, and I was like, yeah,
you have to be able to sing to do that song.
It's the hardest song, and he like loved Popular too. But I told him, I was like, I do think, no offense, anyone, I think Christian, the original version, there's like, I think Dancing Through Life, I like Jonathan Bailey's version better. But like for Popular, I do like Kristen Chenoweth's version better. I like the end that they changed for this one better, but I do like Kristen Chenoweth's version better. And so I told Mott that, and I woke up and he was listening to it while doing dishes.
Did you feel what I felt, where I was like, there were parts where it felt like Ariana was trying not to do an impression of Kristen?
Yes, I think that's like the hardest part about, because on Broadway, you're supposed to be there's certain things you can like stray away from, especially on songs and stuff. But like, yeah. And I think for her, impressions are her bread and butter.
Exactly.
And she knows her. So like, I think it was a little bit harder for
yes,
her.
because I've even seen her like just in conversation, just talking about people she knows, and she'll just slip when she's quoting them, she'll slip into their accent and it sounds just like them every time. It was just, sometimes it just felt like when she would do that kind of like growl that Kristen Chenoweth does, it was like, oh wait, I need to pull back a little. I thought she did an incredible job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a fan of Ariana's acting, as I have said on But Am I Wrong?
Oh, yeah. No, she's great. Did you see Keke Palmer do her Ariana Grande impression?
I don't think so.
Keke did an impression, and it sounded just like Ariana. And I was like, oh, I need these two girls in one of those impression shows.
I need both of them together because they've known each other forever.
Yeah. She's talking about going to Ariana Grande's, I think, Sweet 16.
Yes. And then
that's the clip when she's talking about it.
Oh, then I must have seen it then. No, I did see it because she went... Because the thing is, if you haven't seen it, Ariana had Patti LaBelle come out at her 16th birthday party, and Keke is like,
yeah. So take me,
why?
It's not. We're not having the Pussycat Dolls perform. It's not Britney Spears. It's Look Who's Coming.
Right, and Patti LaBelle is an icon, a legend. Ariana loves her. They've been together on multiple things together. She had Ariana had Patti come, and like they sang a duet, and it was incredible. But Keke was like,
we are 16 vibe.
We are 16. Why? Like most of these people probably don't even know who Patti LaBelle is. But I loved it. I personally loved it. It was incredible, iconic. Patti LaBelle famously calls her that little white black girl.
Well, that was like what Keke was saying. She was like, you see Ariana Grande going up there like, this is a girl from like Boca Raton, and she's got like a lot of like white kids at her Sweet 16, and she just pulls up Patti LaBelle, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but this is why, Ariana is like at Aretha Franklin's funeral singing, because she is respected by the icons.
Because she can fucking sing.
Yes, Broken Blow.
She can, wholeheartedly.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Streaming now on Peacock. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie are back.
That's hot. Loves it.
For a show-stopping reunion that will prove putting on an opera is anything but simple.
We're really good at this.
One thing's for sure, they won't be upstaged.
Good to have you back. Come on, we've got a show to do.
Paris and Nicole, The Encore, a 3-part reunion special. Streaming now, only on Peacock.
Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast here to tell you about Michelob Ultra Courtside. It's getting fans closer to the NBA with a chance to win prizes like courtside seats, a trip to All-Star Weekend, and much more. Check it out at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Michelob Ultra Superior Access, Courtside 24-25 sweepstakes, no purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 and up. Begins on October 1st, 2024, ends July 1st, 2025. Multiple entry periods. Visit MichelobUltra.com/courtside for free entry deadlines, and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
But I just thought all of it was so good, and I had forgotten a lot of like the plot. And
you said that when we were just discussing it,
and I really forgot the second half of the plot. But like I intentionally didn't read any of the stuff to like brush up on it beforehand. But I was just like so excited, and I thought it was such just a very good movie musical because it embodied all of the things that you want and you need. Like it felt really grand. It's a movie that feels like a movie, but it also has the ability to like, you can watch it and soak it all in at once, but then you can also watch it and then like look at the little things in the background.
Yes.
It doesn't feel overwhelming in the way that sometimes they can try and stuff a movie musical, like a musical all into a movie, and they're just trying to do it. And I think that's
it didn't feel long. Like
I was gonna say, and that's why I think part 2, like doing that is great because like it gave it room to breathe. And I was telling Mott's too that I was like, well, it happens in the, I don't think I'm wrong, but it happens the same point that intermission does.
Yes.
And there's a time change. And so like it's like, this is not like, it doesn't pick up immediately after you left off. Like there has been time. And so for an intermission, when you have 30 minutes or whatever, 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
You have 30 minutes. When you have that time, you have time to digest and process it. And so when it has the time jump, you're like, that makes sense. But in a movie, you can't just have like a screen that says this much time later. Like it doesn't have the same effect. And so I think like the part 2 is genius, and because I didn't feel like anything was left out of this. It just felt like more. Like it felt like nothing was missing. They had just given us more. And I loved Bowen, and I'm dying at all of the times that Bowen is not on camera. Like you can't see his mouth moving, and they kept the audio of things that he said
about that,
thinking that he
in
was
another episode,
gonna be off. And I was like, it never crossed my mind that he would literally not, it would be his back.
I told you. I
don't know why. I think it was like, I forget. I knew it happened in the I don't see color, but then it happened like in 2 other times.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you were like, it's a lot. I'm sure he was like, oh, I'm in this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to be.
But I also thought Jeff Goldblum was, I'd fold for him too.
Yeah. That's pretty common.
Yes. I literally have a framed photo of him from the 90s, I believe.
Where?
You want to see it? I'll go grab it.
Where is it? Where do you keep it?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, it's in her panty drawer. It's just her panties and a picture of Jeff Goldblum and her vibrators. Oh, that's a very professional photo.
It's a limited edition, like one of something. I have a like certificate for it.
Where did you get this? At an auction?
No, it was a gift. because someone knew that I love him. I love this man. I've loved him all my life. Much like I love Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, speaking of, he had to evacuate right around his birthday.
I know. But
he said, we're having fun.
He's safe. That's all that matters.
He is. I ended up on a Dick Van Dyke TikTok rabbit hole, and I felt like you. He was like talking about his son, and his son is like 70 years old. And I was like, this is crazy. Like my family does not have those kind of genetics. And so like I am unfamiliar with that concept at all. You know?
I was watching the behind the scenes of Coldplay, the music video that he just did with him.
Yeah, I saw him.
And he had said that Chris Martin has said that he was like, yeah, his son who's there was like 70 was like, can I turn on the pool?
Yeah, I'm like, that's crazy. But like, hey, love that for people. Like, that's congratulations. If you want to live that long, I hope you do live that long. And if you don't want to live that long, I hope you don't live that long.
He's still funny, making jokes, still dancing around. Was on Days of Our Lives.
No, that's genetically, that's like incredibly impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, study that for science. Because again, that is not my genes. We don't got that. Like that's lovely. So yeah, I loved it, and I want to see it again, and I just want to listen to the music. And Mats will literally always be like, and he's done this for the last like 2 weeks. He'll be like, sing me one of the songs from Wicked, and I'm like, you should know, I can't even earnestly try to sing any of them because they're so fucking hard. And unfortunately, sir, I do know every word, so I can just recite the entire song to you. But I have still been doing it,
but in this day and age where we have music literally at our fingertips,
no, he wants me to sing it to him.
Why does he want you? That is love. That is truly love.
No,
marry that man.
It's legitimately all the time. Also, anytime he's reading a book, he goes, "Do you want me to read it out loud to you?" And I'm like, "I'm okay." Or if I'm reading something, he goes, "Do you want me to read it out loud to you?" I'm like, "I'm good."
Does he want to come narrate a book that I direct, an audiobook?
He probably would love that. We have to work with him on getting farther away from the mic for his pees,
and also his breathing.
Yes, we are working that all the time. I love that man to death. I am constantly telling him, I need you to stop doing this weird breathing thing that you're doing.
I forgot that, we've talked about multiple times how we both do not like people's hot breaths on us. If we feel your breath, that means you're too close. And you've said that to Mats, but I legitimately forgot that he is a mouth breather. So
he does this
just your
thing,
life.
Which I'm like, sir, I don't think this is helping your anxiety or your stress levels. He does this thing where he like hold his breath and be like, but he holds it for as long as possible and then breathes out, and that's just how he breathes. And
that's
I'm like,
also how I breathe. But when I'm around people, I'm aware that I need to control it. That's also how my father breathes too.
It's not good for your anxiety.
I
can't imagine it is good for your. And he'll be like, I'm just like so anxious, and I'm like, how about we don't hold our breath? Like I think that's I think that could really, really help. And so I always work on that with him, where I just go breathe out, just match how I'm breathing, breathe out.
I've learned that's part of the reason why I always sit up straight, because then I'm more aware of it. And so that keeps the breathing going. But
it's a common
like
thing.
Me and my dad. My dad, just, you hear him. Like that's whenever we do impressions of him, that's what we do.
I can't. And I'm like, I love him to pieces. But I literally would be like, breathe normal, breathe normal, breathe normal, breathe normal. It was so good.
It was so good. I really want to go see it again, but I've been so busy. I'm hoping, because I'm leaving for Arkansas tomorrow, I'm hoping that I will have time to go see it again. I know I won't be going to see it with my niece, Audrey, because she said, it was good, just too long. I won't be back for part 2.
I feel like she liked 11. The monkeys. I feel like she would have loved the flying monkey. Well, does that happen in the second one?
No, it happened in this one.
No. But doesn't she take have like?
When they become part of her?
Yeah,
probably.
I could see her loving that, and then just being like, "This is," because like visually wise.
But she's now in that. By that time, she'll be almost 12. Like they're in that like teenager.
She's no longer in her spooky.
She is very much still in her spooky era.
But by the time they get, she might not be.
Not
Not her
to
director.
music.
Oh,
Spooky to music.
okay. Because
Yes.
should we explain to people what she was M. Night Shyamalan's family?
Yeah, she still loves to do that kind of stuff, but I just think now that she's older and
Yeah, the
more
music
of her
is
friends
less
are
cool.
social media, she doesn't do it. But
Yeah.
this girl loves to keep an accent. Right now, she's been in her very deep South Southern accent phase, and that's all how she talks now. And it's been going on for about 6 months. She had a phase before where she was just talking in a British accent, but sometimes she would do the posh accent.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to do that
Love Island.
the Love Island makeup effect, which she captured very perfectly because she's made for the theater.
No,
It's
she
just
is
not musical theater.
Yeah, no, she's a fucking star. She's
Yes.
also like, she's not bossy. She's the boss. She's
Yes.
like big director energy, and like anything that has like henchmen or minions or like someone where it's like, okay, now these
do
people
this.
do whatever you tell them to do. I was like, oh, she's gonna love that.
Yes, and so she's made several little short films that are very
So many.
scary. And she's very good at it. She loves Wednesday.
Starring
like that is
her siblings,
girl.
where she forces them to hide
Yes.
in small spaces.
When she is Wednesday, like Wednesday
Yes.
Addams, that is who she is. She did text me yesterday and she was like, when we're on the phone, she's at the face now, we're on the phone, she doesn't really want to talk, but she'll say hi. Like she's very kind, but she just doesn't want to talk. And but she texted me like yesterday and she was like, when you come, can we go shopping like we did last year? And I said, of course. And she's like, and then I want to go to Chili's after. I said, okay.
I'm obsessed with her. She's so funny.
Yeah. But her little films are very good. Like she's very good at it. But with the Love Island stuff, she was doing like a posh British accent. And I told her, no. Go watch some Adele videos. She came back. She had perfected that.
Because she's an artist. Like she's so about that. So I wonder, I think maybe she's older. She'll get back into the musical to be cool again. But I could see her just like loving the elf above it all.
Yes.
Like the sorcery. But yeah, that was my review of it. I thought it was so fucking good. And I can't wait to watch it again.
Me too. I also think all the hate for Nessa is unnecessary. Like, I get it, but she's also
Do you remember what
going
happens
through.
in part 2?
Oh, I know what happens.
Well, so that's the part that I think, like, don't hate her that much now. Like,
Right.
you can find her,
Like, right
like,
now.
save it, because, like, it's not earned yet.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can find her the same way that you can look at when people were like, wait, does Ariana play the villain? I'm like, yeah. Like, what do you mean? The suspended disbelief of, like, thinking of her, of Galinda as, like, still a good character in part 1, but then automatically being like, well, Nessa is all evil. I'm like, okay, we've gotten the same level of we know what's coming.
Right.
Galinda's, I think, has even been worse. We've seen
She
far
is
more
worse
of her.
because Galinda is performative, like in
well, we know what I'm saying,
transactional.
we've seen more of it in this one.
She only is nice to Elphaba when Elphaba starts doing nice things for her. Like it's
and when it's
transactional.
benefiting her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Nessa, it's just like I've always been in the shadow of my sister. I've never like been able to just have my own thing. I thought going to school was going to be my thing. And now it's not. I'm not having an experience that's just mine.
Yeah, it's the plight of the golden child. Like of being put on that pedestal. The pedestal is better than being in Elphaba's position, but it doesn't come without repercussions on that. But yeah, I'm like, Glinda, she's shown her hand in this. And Nessa has like, there's been hints to it, but everyone's like, I hate Nessa already.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, come on. You can't say you're holding out to hate Galinda until the second one and already hating Nessa Rose right now. I was also like the way that everybody is freaking out over little Nessa, and she literally says one word.
No, she says two.
But
yes,
she does say two.
And no.
And I was like, whoa, you like when people were like, oh my God, like an absolute icon. And like I kept seeing these videos of people just like having her say yes and no, like literally like
Weird.
just being like, do that. And I was like, okay, well, I guess. And then I saw it, I was like, she's in one scene.
She's cute, but like, it's a child. Let's chill.
Get this child off a press tour. She needs to go to school. Like she needs to play. She needs to play with her friends. Like and like having all these adults be like, say the word. I'm like, okay, this is not because like at first I was like, oh, she's a child actor, and I was like, okay,
no,
she's a child who acted in this. Like, she might be acting or whatever, but like, this isn't like she was Matilda in Matilda. Right. Like, she did this one thing and I was like, oh my God.
But I do like at the premiere, she had on the slippers and the little striped tights. I thought that was cute.
It was very cute. And she's adorable. I thought it was great casting for both of the little ones.
Yeah, the little Elphaba, she her and her actual like friend that they've been friends all their lives. Her friend was a munchkin. And so they've been doing a little press stuff in the UK.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, I love that. Oh, I loved it. But yeah, it was just so good. And I am a fan. And I loved that Mods loved it. He was like, that's my favorite movie musical I've ever seen. And I was like, okay, well, low bar. But he said he would be interested in seeing the stage play too. I
am too. Like seeing it again now. Because I wanted to see it like now in comparison of what I've seen of seeing the movie.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
Come to me.
Focus Features invites you to succumb to the darkness.
Nosferatu.
From director Robert Eggers comes a masterpiece of horror.
He is coming. This creature is a force more powerful than evil. It is death itself.
Nosferatu. Rated R. Under 17 nanometer without parent. Only in theaters Christmas Day. Special engagements in Dolby and IMAX.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
Did you see Ludacris went to jury duty and he got excused? And he was like, and he's on his Instagram story, be like, these people don't even know who I am. And he takes his mask off and laughs. And the woman goes, are you Ludacris?
You're Ludacris.
And I just know that she was like, first of all, don't lie on my. I've known you were Ludacris this whole time. Don't tell your people that nobody knows you're Ludacris. I, sir, was being polite. Right. I know you're Ludacris. I thought we weren't talking about it. But if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. You're Ludacris.
I'm sure when he cut the camera, they actually talked about it. I just thought that was hilarious because I think he does this on purpose because there's another video of him walking through the airport and he had a mask on, of course. And I think it was during the pandemic. And he's like, nobody knows I'm Ludacris or something like that. He was wearing a Ludacris shirt.
Luda, baby. I love that. First of all, that man is the most distinctive voice in the world. Secondly, I would say...
also the shape of his head.
Well, I was going to say, specifically, I don't need to see the nose. If I can see eyes to the top of the noggin, I know it's Ludacris. Like, I will probably be able to tell from, like, nose down. But if you give me a look at that egg, I know in seconds that's Ludacris.
And the way that he was chatting, him and that woman, because he was upset that he got
yeah, he was looking forward to his civic duty.
Yeah, as I do too. And I bring this up anytime jury duty is brought up because I had the same thoughts before because people think of jury duty as such like impeding on your time and you don't want to be there. As your civil duty, like it is important to do jury duty because think about who people that are being put on trial are, and you want to be that voice to be there to fairly judge who they are.
I think the Luigi trial is going to have a massive shift in how people view jury duty because people want to be on the jury for that like sentence, like for that case, like specifically. And I hope that leads people to be like, oh, because people are learning about jury nullification, and I'm like, I'm hoping that this is, because like you changed my mind with that when you talked about that before, and I think that this court case will also help with that.
But yeah, Ludacris, you aren't fooling anybody. Luda.
I love a Ludacris
Because
moment.
that woman, she was just like walking beside. They clearly had like became friends, you know.
It was his
courtroom
jury
friends.
duty buddy.
And they were walking out, and she was like, "I've known who this man was this whole time." But then when he said, "Nobody knows who I am," she's like, "Yeah, this is my time to just."
Yeah, she goes, "Hold up,
Oh yeah, you're Ludacris.
Take a step back. I know." I was like, I love that, because she was like clearly being polite, and she's like, I'm not going to, you know,
blow
is
your
just,
spot up.
and also like, this is just a man. You're just a man. Like you're just a guy, and like you're having
We're
to do
here
this
doing it for the same
goal.
goal.
And like, I don't want you to feel bothered. I don't want anyone to bother you wearing a mask. Like, you know, there's those things. And so it's like, I know, but like, I'm going to respect, I'll play into this fantasy. I'll respect it, but like, don't lie. Don't pretend I don't know. Don't think so low of myself. So yeah, I thought that was so funny.
Did you see that Reagan, someone was doing a musical, speaking of musicals, someone was doing a musical based on her, and then she had it shut down?
It did.
Hilarious.
Because she also says that she has a trademark for the kangaroo dance. And to that I say, to me, that's...
calling it a dance is a stretch, first of all.
Well, also, like, at that point, if I was like the Australian Prime Minister, I would be like, this is blasphemy. Like, the way you as an Australian cannot claim copyright over the movements of one of the animals that is like literally solely associated with Australia. This is a quick shout out to Soraya. You know, it's like if someone would say like, oh, Americans doing that with bald eagles. But I think it's different, because I think Australians are familiar. I think most Australians have seen a kangaroo. Most Americans have never seen a bald eagle.
No.
Bald eagles I've seen it on our money.
The thing is, even the noise that we associate with bald eagles is not a bald eagle noise.
No, we know nothing about bald eagles.
No.
Like, we need to, like, America as a nation, we don't associate ourselves with bald eagles as like a people. Other people not from America are like, oh yeah, America loves bald eagles. No, America loves Applebee's. We love making jokes about it. Yes, but we love screeching. We love going,
yeah.
Ow! But like,
I can't do it, but I will insert the noise here.
Yeah, but like, that's also, if you were also under the impression, similar to Soraya, that the reason why we had sunroofs was because if the birds fell on our cars, specifically our nation's bird, the bald eagle, because, you know, bald eagles are just dropping out of the sky onto your roof all the time. It's actually not the reason why we have a sunroof. It's for the sun. And
it's for a nice breeze.
It's called that. Yep. Which I love. And the idea that you're in a convertible, you're just like risking your life every single day. That like,
you're talking about me?
No, anybody in a convertible. Well, both of us have had convertibles, but like that.
I thought you were specifically talking about me because I do have a convertible.
Our lives for how many days out of the week are you gonna have a bald eagle fly and
never even had a bird flying over me.
No, never even seen a bald eagle with my own eyes.
The most bird activity I get are those annoying ass birds outside of my home that will be descending upon me in about 3 hours.
Yeah, there is an epidemic of, I don't know what these birds are. I've had them at my place in LA where they start midday and they go through, for my place, they went through the night. It was morning, same. No chirping.
They
nothing.
Stop about like 6 and then they come back.
Yep. They're the way that like you think of like a cock-a-doodle-doo in the morning or like a chirp chirp with the birds. It is the loudest bird you've ever seen. They're squabbling. They're all yelling at each other in the middle of the in the middle of the night. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
But to close out this episode, I would like to hold space for the whole space of them explaining the holding space.
Mott's during the entire movie kept grabbing my finger and tapping it like she did. And every time, even if I'm crying, he would never hold my hand. He just it was the automatic go-to.
Because he wanted to be there for you, but he didn't know how to be there for you. So
watching John M. Chu, like literally this man's like crossing his legs. He's about to piss his pants. He's laughing so fucking hard. And Ariana being like, yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
I died. I don't know how many times I've watched this now.
It's
because
so
the holding
funny.
space thing, it was weird. Like, it was weird. The lady that was doing the interview, she is playing into it now too. I think she had like a brand deal with Mac, maybe. I forgot what it was, but she was holding
Cosmetics?
space with them. Yes.
Oh, love that. That's
not
very
the
on
computer,
brand for
so,
Mac. Mac loves to be on top of that shit.
But them explaining how, like, Ariana was like, I had no idea what it was, and then Cynthia was like, I didn't either, but I felt like I should. And
Well, she
then
was
when
like, I thought I understood,
Yeah.
and then she kept talking, and I realized I didn't understand.
And then when she was like, because I'm in queer media, and Cynthia was like, am I in queer media too?
Ariana was like, I think it was giving Victoria. I think we all sang it. I was like, I think we're all in queer media. But when she goes, I've seen it, I died. Like, it is just so funny. And like watching it back now, knowing that Ariana is like, I don't know what's going on here, but like I'm in the wrong. Like I had a brain fart moment, and like I missed something, and like I need to be present. And you just see like in her eyes, she's just like, she's performing the compassion, like in the sense of being like,
I need to be here. I missed something, but I have to.
Yes. It's like spacing out for the first 15 minutes of a lecture, and then like being like, before when someone tells you their name and you go, I can't go back and ask what their name was, but like I have to overcompensate being so incredibly present, because like now I feel like shit because I missed that 5 minutes, and I'm addicted. And the fact that it is like, she technically it's out magazine now. Yeah, I was like, yeah, queer media, but like,
but they didn't.
We could have been a little
understand
more
what was
specific and said,
happening.
I'm here with the outlet out.
Yes.
We all know. But that killed me. So I loved it.
Me too.
And hold space for us, hold space for the podcast.
Yes. Join us on Monday for But Am I Wrong, Tuesday for See You Next Tuesday, Thursday for Don't Blame Me, and then we'll be right back here for Fisting Friday.
Hi, I'm Laura Cathcart Robbins, and I am the host and creator of the podcast Only One in the Room. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to real people dealing with issues like infertility, the death of a loved one, human trafficking, and women who, fake it. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to celebrities too. Emmy winners like actor John Cryer, supermodels like Amber Valletta, and rock stars like Ryan Dusick. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. With 21 seasons and counting, we guarantee you that Only One in the Room has a story that you'll connect with. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room on Apple or Spotify today.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Just keep it simple.
I'm making the promo.
Just keep it simple. Just say, hey, we're the Brav Bros. Two guys that talk about Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're the Brav Bros.
No.
Oh.
Dude, stop with the voice. Just keep it simple.
I've seen promos on TV, dude. This is how you get the fans engaged. This is how you get listeners. We're trying to get listeners here. If we just say, oh, we're two dudes that talk about Bravo, people are going to get tired of it already. We need some oomph.
All right, then fine. Let's try to do it with your voice.
Brav Bros.
Good job.